going on, guys? Crazy RC Concepts here. This is my how-to video on mocking up your stock transmission to fit almost any motor. This is a do-it-yourself risk modification. So basically what you need is your stock transmission. This part number here I'm about to take out of here. This is from ST Racing Solutions, and this is their motor plate heat sink. That part number is ST3691. I'll post the description, or I'll post the link in the description box below. And basically what you're going to do, the tools you need is tape, Dremel tool, drill bit set, safety glasses as always, a plus. You don't want to get this stuff in your eyes. I did it once and it's not fun. So basically what I did was, you can see that we're missing some parts here from the transmission. These two pieces here, I forget how this goes, but basically these two pieces I cut out. I already did it because I was waiting for the Dremel to charge and uncharge, and it just took forever. But which way does this one go? I don't remember. But basically these are on like so. Here, this one goes here, and this other one goes to the other side. So basically when they're together, they're over here, and you got all that space right there, which doesn't allow you to move your motor back and forth in here as much as you need to in order to line up your larger or smaller spur gears with larger pinions. So we cut those off. You don't want to go any more than let's see if I can get this in camera. This is, whoops, wrong side. By using a ruler, it's 330 seconds. I can't see it, but it's 330 seconds from where the transmission splits to the inside of here. You don't want to really go any more than that, because then you're going to start cutting these little grooves off in here. That is where actually this motor plate actually sets in at. And the reason why I say the motor plate is because it gives you more strength and durability on the trans. It doesn't want to move. Like if I took it out, I'll show you here. It's a little weak. It's not, there's some flex, but you really don't want any flex. And that's why I did leave this part here on the top, and as well as the part on the bottom down here where there's a bolt hole here. I just used the tape to for a demonstration. That I put tape along there where I'm going to be cutting at, so that I have a straight edge to follow. That's up to you guys. That's why I said tape is one of the things you'll need. So when the two halves are apart, they now look like this, instead of how your stock looks. And then when they bolt back together, then they look this way. So now, with that like that, let me quick bolt in this. Let me bolt in my motor real quick for you guys, so you can see how this will work. Come on, girl. It's being a little difficult here. There we go. There's that one. And I'll show you after I show you how this works why you need a drill bit. Sorry, I'm kind of out of the frame. Wasn't paying attention. So basically now, instead of only having so much movement like you would, so you have a maximum amount of movement without it binding in that plastic. So if you had a Mama Monster on here, you can get maximum movement on this back plate here without it possibly running into this part here and the other part on the transmission. So if it were on there, like so, let me see if it'll go on there, like so, then you can only go so far with the motor, because then it's going to end up binding. But when you take that off, now you can move it as far as you want without it binding. The only part where you might bind is up in here, inside the inner transmission, and then that's resolvable as well. And I will show you how all that is resolvable. So what you need is a 1/8 drill, and I just basically use it to score around here and then continue up around as much as I need to go. And obviously you just do a little bit at a time, and you keep an eye on where your bolt moves to, and if you need to move it down a little bit, you can move it down. But also on the inside of there, you can use the small part from a Dremel like this, and you can grind this part out farther out so that it's out more, so you can have that shaft clearance if you need it. That's a mock-up of just basically like a Integy gearbox without the motor guard on it. It pretty much looks the same almost, and like I said, it's a do-it-yourself risk, but it's a cheap and effective way to do it. This is how I did Project Cairo in order to fit a 1/8 scale motor onto that gearbox. But that is a small, that gearbox is even smaller because it's basically it's a quarter of this gearbox, like so. But you have your motor plate that comes off in the back, so I had to, you know, do all the same modifications basically with that one, as entail of doing the adjustment space for it and the inside of the where the shaft is, so that my pinions and spurs would fit. So it's a pretty simple process. Obviously, you know, like with the Dremel tool, you know, you'd be cutting it like so, and then you would bring it, you know, and you'd start cutting around it until you were all the way to the other side and cut into that side. This side is obviously easier because it's not as thick and there's not as much material. You just got to cut 2 spots on this piece. But that's my how-to mock your stock transmission in order to fit basically almost any motor. I mean, it really boils down to common sense when you're looking at it, you know, and you're trying to adjust your motor, how far it needs to go in order to fit your pinion. I always put your pinion on there in your spur and do a mock-up first and see how far you need to go. And as I said, pull your motor on and off, on and off, on and off, and then, you know, to see how far you need to make this travel space here and how long it needs to be. And then if you do need to do some mocking in there for the motor shaft to fit farther back. Alright, there you go, guys. That's how to mock up your stock Rustler transmission, Bandit transmission, any of the Traxxas 2-wheel drives in that class. Crazy RC Concepts out. I hope this helps.